Do I look like I attract ragamuffin energy?
Leave her mind, hold her hand, and don't believe a lie. You understand.
Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Angel and I've been MIA for a long time on this channel and I'm back. I'm back and I'm better. Better in so many ways. My life has been in a very weird transitional period lately, so that's probably why you have not seen me lately, but I'm back.
Pause, because why is my hand so ashy? But let's continue.
And I'm here to share some good news. If you know me in person, you know that I am a teacher. I've been teaching now for like almost coming on 2 years, but I feel like God is telling me it's time to quit. I'm to quit before the school year's over too, at that. Without security, without, it's really been like this, me and God, like we've been like this lately, and I feel like he's testing me. He's trying to get me to trust him and just to follow my dreams. But I'm gonna do a whole separate video on that and that whole transition, that whole period. This video is for y'all. It's not about what I'm currently going through. It's not about what I'm currently doing. It's about what I've currently learned in 25 years of living on this earth. Just lessons that God has taught me. And it seems like most of these lessons I've learned in the last year or so, it seems like. So let's just jump right in to these lessons. And I hope that at least one of them blesses you and you can learn something from it. I have provided scripture for each and every one of these lessons, so you can go read about it. You can go see where it is in the word. I wrote them all down. I didn't even want this video to be only about God. I wanted to just be lessons. But as I was writing them, I feel like the Holy Spirit was just telling me, like, these are lessons that God has taught you. Like, you just need to share these. And I was like, oh, okay. Let's start off with number one. Number one, this one is mind-blowing to me. And I literally just had this revelation like yesterday when I was literally, my fiance was cooking breakfast and I was like, I was reading a book and I was like, wait a minute. You mean to tell me this whole time everyone's running around trying to figure out what it is they're supposed to be doing in this life, what their whole purpose is, and God literally put it in his word what his purpose was, and we were trying to figure it out? That's crazy. Your sole purpose is not some cryptic mystery that you're struggling your whole life to figure out. Your sole purpose is to glorify God and enjoy him forever. That's literally it, y'all. And if you see me looking down, I wrote down all of the 25 things that I want to share with you guys today in this notebook. So everyone runs around in this constant rat race trying to figure out what it is their purpose is in life. And God literally told us the only thing, our main goal and purpose in this life should be to glorify him and to focus on him and what it is he has for us. Everything else will follow suit. Don't stress yourself out trying to figure out what it is you're supposed to be doing. Am I supposed to be doing this? Am I supposed to be over here? Am I supposed to be... Just be still and just glorify him in everything that you do. Glorify him and include him in it. And I promise you, your steps will be ordered by him and everything will fall into place. That's something I'm learning myself. As a Capricorn, I'm very much get this done. Let's get it done. Like, I'm very much always on the go and trying to figure stuff out on my own, to the point where I felt like it was separating me from God and I was trusting myself more than him. Your passion is tied to your calling. I feel like we confuse calling and we confuse purpose. Your calling and your purpose is two different things. So your calling is just what you're supposed to be doing in life. Like, there are people who are nurses. There are people who are... Those are the things that I feel like we strive to figure out what we're supposed to be doing, but we call it our purpose. When our purpose is just to glorify him and enjoy his presence. Like, that's it. Passion is tied to calling. Whatever passion God places in your heart is tied to what it is you're supposed to be doing. Simple as that. So if you're at a job that you don't like, it doesn't go with any of your morals or values or passions, 9 times out of 10 you're not supposed to be there. And that's why I feel like my passion for teaching is gone, because I feel like it's time for me to move on to something new. I do have a passion for teaching others and just instilling knowledge in others, but I feel like the group that I am instilling knowledge in right now is not where I need to be. It's just very stressful and I kind of dread going now, and I feel like that's a sign like for me to head on out. My passion is art, creativity, and making others feel special about themselves. So that is why I have this passion for doing nails, and I feel like it's gonna lead me to other things. So the teaching and the creativity are two of my passions, and that has shown me that ultimately I would like to teach others how to do nails and to use creativity to fund their life, basically. So I believe in art. I believe in using your passion to make an income. So that is what I would like to teach others to do. Number 2, you are that girl already. You don't need a high-rise apartment, a Stanley Cup, a BBL, lip filler. You don't need all of these things. I promise you, it comes from the inside. It comes from the inside. And I feel like this whole aesthetic thing has taken over everybody. And it's like, everyone wants the same thing. But if we were supposed to be doing the same thing and God created us differently, that doesn't even make sense. Why do I want to look like everyone else if I was made to look this way? Simple as that. I feel like it's just become very weird and it's very draining. Everyone trying to have the same aesthetic. Like, it's your mentality, your wisdom, and your genuineness that makes you stand out and have a glow that you cannot buy. All these things that we're buying in order to be that girl, when your heart is cold and empty, it's not fulfilling anything. Like, you're buying the stuff, you're wearing the clothes, you're getting the makeup, the hair, all those things. That's cool if that's what you genuinely like. But when you're putting that before your inside and how you treat others, how you treat yourself, it shows. Like, I can attest to this. I know plenty of people who on Instagram, you want their life. Like, it's like, oh my gosh, they got this car, they got that, they got this. Like, what am I over here? What am I doing? But if you really know them in person and you truly know them, a lot of these people are suicidal. A lot of these people hate themselves. They hate their life, and they have all of the things. They have all of the things. You cannot find peace in things. And that is what the issue is now. We worship materialistic things in this world, and we don't worship who we're supposed to be worshiping. And it causes us to have this hole, this God-sized hole that we cannot fill with things. You could buy something today and be over it tomorrow. And a lot of these people, they do. So don't compare yourself. Please, please don't. All right, number 3. This one, y'all are gonna, don't beat me up, because I know how you girls like to tussle. Please don't beat me up about this one. Very controversial, but I'm gonna say it. All men do not suck. I'm gonna let y'all ponder on that. All men do not suck, and I mean that wholeheartedly. Like, I went through that whole phase too. I was like, ew, I hate men. All men suck. Like, they're stupid. Da 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 da. All the things. So a lot of them are. I'm not taking that away from y'all. But I've learned, if you align yourself with God and you take care of you and figure out what it is you want, the things you're going to settle for, the things you're not going to stand for, and you focus on you, these janky men are not even going to feel like they can step near you. Like, they're going to see, oh, she's not going for none of that. And they won't even approach you. Like, these little ragamuffins that keep approaching you, you need to take a step back and think, do I look like I attract ragamuffin energy? Like, being content with yourself and dating yourself first will make sure that the men that step to you step correctly. Ask and pray for exactly what you want in a man. You don't need a BBL to get the man of your dreams. I promise you. Please, y'all, stop. Please. And I'm not saying, when I talk about like surgeries and stuff, I'm not saying that as in I'm bashing people who get it, because I literally just got a tummy tuck. Like, I'll do a video on that too if y'all want to see. But when you're doing it for the approval of others, that's when it becomes a problem, and that's when it becomes toxic. With me, I had my son, I had extra skin, I had all this stuff, and I just wanted to feel confident in my clothes again. And yeah, went through hell behind it too, so keep that in mind. Number 4, I had to put up the right amount of fingers. I almost put up 3. Number 4, don't take it personally. Stop taking stuff so personally. You guys, please. I promise you, it will free you so much if you stop taking stuff personally. Learn to look at the actions of others as a manifestation of their own traumas and mental state. 90% of the time, when you are treating someone with love and they do you dirty, it's because they are facing their own struggles, and you may be there to teach them a lesson, or you may be there when you don't need to be there. Like, a lot of us will hold on to people because they are damaged and we feel like we can fix them. That is how you're going to lose yourself. I'll tell you that right now. But stop taking stuff personally. I guarantee you guys, if you just show empathy and think about, like, maybe they did this because of such and such reason. I'm not saying let them off the hook for stuff, but I'm saying don't look at it like, oh my gosh, like this person stopped being my friend because of something I was doing, or he cheated on me because I wasn't enough. Someone doing you dirty does not mean anything is wrong with you. And that's something I really had to learn. Like, I felt like I lost myself when a lot of my friends, when I had issues with men, like, I felt like something was wrong with me, but really it was things that they had going on in themselves internally. So don't take it personally. Oh, and also don't force them to stay. It will block new blessings for you. If someone is constantly trying to leave your life and you're holding on to them, it's only going to block your blessings, and it's going to block the new people, the blessings, the new people with the new blessings that are trying to come into your life. One more thing on that one, I'm so sorry. Some people are in your life for a reason. Some people are in your life for a season. Not everybody is meant to go along to the top with you. Some people are there to teach you a little lesson, and then they fall off. Okay? Okay. Number 5. That goes into the next one, this one. Make room for the new. If God has placed a certain idea in your heart, it is for a reason. Don't feel like you can't because someone else is doing that thing. Like I said earlier, everyone was starting to do nails. I felt like I couldn't do it. It was pointless. Like, it was just oversaturated. But God will give you new ideas, new creative ideas that no one is doing in that lane. So don't doubt yourself and don't out yourself because other people are doing the things that you want to do. God cannot give new blessings if you have no faith or space for them. So me right now, this is really a test of faith. Me leaving this job without having anything, really lined up. My clientele is not up to where it used to be as far as nails goes. I'm literally just in this season of letting go so I can have space for new blessings and new opportunities. Oh, I heard this quote. I attend Elevation Church online sometimes, and I just love it there. Like, I really went to Charlotte. I went to Charlotte for my birthday to go to that church, and when I tell you I was hurt that they were not open on that particular Sunday, oh my gosh. Okay, so Pastor Furtick said a couple Sundays ago, avoiding disappointment is not a recipe for success. It's a setup for resentment. So if you're trying not to step out and pursue something that God is telling you to pursue, and you're trying to wait for the perfect opportunity when there is no perfect opportunity to do something like that, it's just setting yourself up for resentment. You're going to get old. You're going to be like, dang, I really sat at that job that I hated. I really had that micromanaging coworker for no reason when I could have been my own boss. Like, I could have been doing what it is that I want to do. So don't avoid disappointment and literally block your blessing. Like, that's all. Just believe He'll take care of you. He'll take care of you. Number 6. Let's get into number 6. Your plan time frames do not matter to God. I know I myself as a planner, I try to plan things to the T. This month I'm going to do this. I'm going to start this. I'm going to do this. Like, life does not work that way. I feel like I heard someone say, I don't know where this came from, but it was like God laughs at our plans and our time frames, because he's not going to move when you want him to move and how you want him to move. Especially if you're trying to do stuff on your own. Like, it's not going to work out, I promise you. Something will go wrong. That's just what it is. So once you surrender everything you have to him and just say, God, like, just let it go. Like, God, have your way. I don't know. Whatever you want me to do, just tell me and I'll do it. Because I promise you, he will set you up for success, and he'll place you in rooms you never thought you could enter, or be with people you never thought you were qualified to be around. Oh, and I said, God promised Abraham he'd be the father of many nations. This didn't even happen till that man was 100 years old. Like, we're hoping we're not going to be 100 when our dreams and reality become reality, but that just goes to show you, if God tells you something is going to come to pass and you're trusting him and you're like following in his word, it's going to happen. It's just a matter of when. This is really good. Sometimes missed opportunities and closed doors are a means of protection or a setup for a bigger blessing. If somebody closes a door in your face, and this, I mean this like as a metaphor, if a door closes that you thought you were supposed to go through, it means that the blessing that you're going to receive is a bigger one. Sometimes he doesn't give us the desires of our heart. He gives us better things. Like, and that is so exciting to me. He will make it worth your while. Don't worship your own timeline. Worship him. This is so good right here. Sometimes God will make you wait on things because he needs to prepare your heart. If he blesses you too soon, you may forget about him and self-sabotage everything that you just received. If we get something too soon that we're not prepared for, we're just going to squander it away. Just for example, these people who win the lottery, they never had nothing. They come into all this money. By the next year, they're broke. Like, he needs to prepare your mind and your heart for you to receive a huge blessing, or it's just going to be for no reason. You're going to waste it. Number 7. Lucky number 7. This one's short. Your dreams should be so big that they make others and yourself uncomfortable. You need to be thinking big. You need to be thinking big. But your dreams should be so huge and so great that they make others around you uncomfortable. And when you share with other people, they're looking at you crazy. That's how big your dreams should be. Your dreams should test your faith. All right, number 8. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. This is the biggest one for me right now that I like struggle with. It's just watching what I say. Because y'all will see in my other videos, like, I'm really consciously trying to work on my mouth. Like, just speaking negatively, cursing. Like, that's something that lately I've been really like feeling convicted about. Like, God has been convicting me about, because I feel like the things that I say are so much more important than I thought they were. It says, we have what we say. Speaking negatively about our circumstances and others breeds a manifestation of negativity in your life. Try to monitor your mouth sometimes after you speak about your situation. Oh, and sometimes after you speak, this is a good tool that I don't know who I heard it from. Say what you're going to say, right? And after you say it, be like, and that's the way I want it to be. So if you're like, man, I don't feel good, like I don't want to go to work, like I hate that job, and that's the way I want it to be. If you're saying stuff and you say that afterward and it don't make you think about what you're saying, because like certain stuff that I say, I know I don't want it to be that way, and I know I shouldn't be confirming it and just saying it out loud. Like, if I'm not feeling well, I'm not going to say it. I'm going to be like, I'm healed by the blood of Jesus. Like, I'm good. I'm not going to keep dwelling on the negative things and saying that. Because we all know that person where it's just like every time you talk to them, it's something wrong. It's something going on. It's like they're just, every day, they're just not content. Like, nothing is going right. And it's because it's probably what they're saying out of their mouth. And it's like, you don't even want to talk to them because you already know they're going to come to you with some drama. Like, you don't even want to hear it. We all know somebody like that. It's like, how every day bad? Like, every day can't be bad, sis. Like, dang. Felt like it was just it's so hard sometimes to like say what you gotta say, because I feel like a curse word just gives your sentence that like, it gives it a little more pizzazz. Jazz fingers, it gives it a pizzazz. But I'm like, I gotta learn to speak with power and not use curse words. I feel like that shows so much maturity and just emotional intelligence. Like, and it's true, like when you hear someone cursing a whole bunch, it's like you kind of associate that with them being kind of ignorant. Like, I can't be the only one that thinks that, but I don't want to be thought of as that. Like, oh, she's so pretty, but her mouth is terrible. Like, I don't want to be known for that. All right, number 9, you are what you eat. This is not only pertaining to food. I'm talking about what we consume. So we impact our physical, spiritual, and mental health with what we consume. This can be with food, what we watch, listen to, who we are around. Limit the toxicity. What you focus on and expose yourself to regularly becomes what's in your heart. What's in your heart manifests in your mind and through your actions. So if you are constantly watching murder mysteries and, just BS, reality TV, all that stuff, like, it's gonna manifest in your life at some point. Like, it's in the word. God said it, not me. Number 10, be kind to your body. Make time for yourself. This could include working out or eating better, dating yourself, or just sitting in silence. I know I love to sit in silence because I don't really get that with the toddler. He's asleep right now. I'm trying to hurry up and get this video done because I wanted to take a nap, but God was like, girl, use your time wisely. You can't constantly run yourself dry and try to live for others. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot pour, let me say it again. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Say no to things that don't align with your values, goals, and time. Saying no is not being mean, it's freeing. You're freeing yourself. Sometimes we don't need to be doing everything for everybody. We just don't. We spend so much time trying to connect with others that we can forget to connect to the most important person, which is ourselves. Hygiene, also a big thing. What you put in is what you're gonna get out. Focus on what you're putting in your body. Right now, I'm trying to figure out what's going on with mine. Like, I'm not saying this to say I have all my stuff together, because I promise you I don't. I've been trying to drink more water. My skin has been so bad lately. The worst breakdown that it's ever been since like middle school. And I've been drinking like mostly water. Like, I'm trying to eat better. I just don't know what it is. But I'm praying that God reveals to me what it is I need to change in order to get my skin back on track. So we'll see. Maybe I'll make a video on that later because it's not right now. All right, number 11. Rest in Him and get your rest, sis. Like, get your rest. Sometimes we can get so fixated on productivity that we forget to be still and to get our rest. God speaks to you in quiet moments when you spend time with Him. Get your sleep. This is when your body repairs and heals itself. You're not going to be your best self without sleep. You're just not. Some examples of many health issues that come along with not getting your sleep is depression, anxiety, heart disease, kidney disease. And then I seen a study, there was a recent study that said if you do not get enough sleep, if you have a lack of sleep, your brain starts to eat itself. Like, if that's not gonna scare you into getting some rest, and just let stuff go, y'all. Y'all don't have to stay up stressing about stuff. If you trust in Him, then trust in Him. I don't know if I included this quote, but let me say it before I forget it, because I'm going to be so upset if I don't say it. I heard this quote recently. I think I was listening to a podcast, but the quote said, the area where you trust God the least is where you're going to stress the most. So just keep that in mind. Wherever you are stressing the most is where you're telling God, I don't trust you here. If you're stressing about money, that is where you trust Him the least. I thought that was an amazing quote because it really made me reflect. Number 12, be a good steward over your resources. Take care of what God has blessed you with If he can trust you with a small amount, then he can trust you with way more. Tithe. This shows God that you recognize all that you have comes from him and you know he is the true source. Whatever you have, take care of it. Keep your room clean. If you have a car, get it maintenance done on it. Like, if he gives you something, take care of it. It shows you respect. You're grateful for it, and he can bless you with more. Oh, and also use the things that you have to glorify God. Like I said earlier, everything you should be doing should be glorifying him. If you have extra of something, if you feel you can bless someone with something, the things that you're given, give to others. Help others out. Show them God's love. 13. There's no confusion or turmoil in the things of God. If someone constantly has you feeling uncertain about yourself, sending mixed signals and causing constant emotional pain, it may not be the person for you. Don't hold on and torture yourself. This goes for any situation though. Like, if it's causing constant confusion, if you're feeling like it's all over the place, there's no confusion in the things of God. You may not need to be there. And that's just what it is. All right, this one I'm really excited about. Number 14. How does God speak? Because I was wondering that for a long time. This is just a few things that it's not all of the ways he speaks, okay? So don't think that I'm just giving you all of the ways. Also, let me show you this before I even talk about the ways that I know. This book is called Created to Hear God, and I literally just started it, and it's actually been really good. So this is like breaking down the unique ways that you can discern his voice and like how he speaks to us, how God speaks to us. Dreams in your spirit. So like this can mean like thoughts that aren't your own that align with his word. Like you could, like the other day, for example, I just had a whole bunch of questions. I was really feeling like discouraged and doubtful. And I went to eat breakfast, and God literally, in my spirit, it was like, don't eat today, like fast today. So that's what I did. Like, and I know that voice did not come from me, because who wants to fast and not eat? That's not me. That was not me. All right, so emotions. Certain things will make you feel a certain way for a reason. Like God gave us emotions for a reason. Through others. So this one, I have a quick story. I told it on TikTok, but if you haven't seen it, I would love for you to hear it. So I'll say it again. So one time I was in church when I was about like 17, 18, in like the little youth ministry, like in the back. So I did not want to be there. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, I'm gonna go home. So they had an altar call, and I just went down there because I felt like led to. And as I'm down there, I'm like, I just did not feel connected to God at all. And I was like, God, if you're here right now, send. And I opened my eyes and I looked around, and I picked a random girl I never, ever, ever spoke to in my life. And I was like, God, if you're here right now, send that girl over here to give me a hug. So I'm praying, eyes are closed. I'm standing there for like another like minute. I'm just standing there, hands lifted, listening to the music. Somebody taps me on the shoulder, and it's literally the same girl that I pointed out, and I almost fell out. I was like, bro, what? And she was like, God told me to give you a hug. And when I tell you, she gave me that hug, it felt like Jesus Christ himself was hugging me. And I just like felt like all of the doubt and the shame and like the disconnect just like fade away. And I just broke down in tears. Like, it was just an amazing moment. So if you ask God to speak to you, girl, I promise you he will. May not be in the way that you're looking for, but he will. See what else? Through your environment. So music, trees, animals, anything. Literally. So an example, I heard another YouTuber say that I really loved. She said the seasons changing even is just a manifestation of God. Like, he is constant. Like, the seasons are constantly changing on time. Like, he's an on time God. Like, it's just amazing to me. Like, he never fails. Conviction is another way he will talk to you. Feeling guilty about doing a certain thing is sometimes from God. Like, he's just telling you, like, yeah, you don't really need to be there. You don't really need to do that anymore. So That's one. Reoccurring themes. So if you keep hearing about a certain lesson or a certain theme, like it could be coming from God, him trying to teach you something. His word, so the Bible. That's an obvious way that he speaks to you. If you read the Bible, you will catch something that resonates with you and that helps you. Oh, and also I wanted to say this before I move on to the next one. Spending time with God will allow you to recognize when it's him more. For example, the more you spend time with someone, the easier it is to recognize their voice from a group of others. So, like for example, if I'm in the grocery store and I yell, "Mom, Mom," and I hear somebody yell back, or "Hey," and it's not my mom, I'm gonna know. I know my mom's voice because I'm literally always with her. I'm always around her. I'm very familiar with her voice. The more you spend time with him, the more familiar with his voice you will be. All right, 15. Sin separates us from God. 15. Sin separates us from God. This one, I know it's going to make everyone feel like, oh my God, I need to get right. Yeah, we do. And I say we. Sin causes a boundary between us and God, and it makes it harder to hear him and easier to follow the things of the world. This is literally in the Bible, like sin separates and it makes it harder to hear from God. So if you're sinning and you're knowingly doing this and you're repeatedly doing it, it's going to start to separate and cause a boundary between you and God. It desensitizes us from conviction to where we start to not even feel bad about our sin. We start to justify our sin. Sin creates a wall between us and God because we cannot have two masters. Jesus says we will hate one and love the other and become his enemy when we live in sin. So you cannot have two masters. Whoever you're living for, whoever you're following the most is your master. If you're constantly focused on the things of the world right now, just ask yourself who you're serving. Yeah. All right, 16. Form your own personal relationship with him. Get to know him for yourself. Spend time, include him, make him the center of your life, and read his word. Don't be lukewarm for him. He despises this. Either you're in or you're out. Claiming him, yet refusing to get to know him and live according to his word will result in him saying he never knew you. And this is in the Bible too. Go away from me. Oh my gosh. So that one was really like, oh my God. Because I felt like for a long time when I was growing up, I was always a Christian. My parents were heavy in the church. But I felt like I never really was seeking him for myself. I kind of would rely on other people to tell me about his goodness and his word. And I didn't feel connected to him. And I feel like he didn't really know me. Oh, my son's waking up. Look at your face. You being shy?
Yeah.
Did you have a good nap?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you sit here while I record my video?
Yeah.
Oh, this I really wanted to say. We all know Christians who are in church every Sunday with their best fit on, praising and yelling and screaming, "Thank you, Jesus." But they're some of the most awful and crooked people that you may know. Like, that literally is an example of people who, claim God every day, all day, but they are not living and following his word. And it literally, he despises that. Like, he feels like it's like making a mockery of him. Like, so if that's you, try to live according to his will and be a genuine person. Don't be repping him all day and nasty and just talking about people all the time. It doesn't align. It doesn't. And everybody's guilty of it. I am too. Like, we're not all free from sin. We're not. Let me go upstairs and see if my fiance can keep my little snickerboop. You my snickerboop? Let me see if my fiance can take him upstairs so I can finish this video. Okay? Y'all say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Oh. I'm back. If y'all hear him upstairs, he's upstairs playing with his dad. 17. Align yourself with like-minded individuals. Befriend people who have the same morals, goals, values as you. Simple as that. If you don't want the life that someone else is living, if they're miserable, if they're like just not a good person, why do you want to be around them? Like, I understand some people in our lives are not going to always be there to elevate us. We might be there to elevate them. But if you're surrounding yourself with people who are miserable, don't you think you're going to end up like them? I'm just saying. Befriend people who have the same morals, goals, values as you. Simple as that. If you don't want the life that someone else is living, if they're miserable, if they're like just not a good person, why do you want to be around them? Like, I understand some people in our lives are not going to always be there to elevate us. We might be there to elevate them. But if you're surrounding yourself with people who are miserable, don't you think you're going to end up like them? I'm just saying. Bad company corrupts good character. So if you're around people who have bad character, like they're not good people, just know some of their characteristics are going to eventually rub off on you, no matter what you say. Because I know a lot of people that are like, yeah, my friends do this and do that and do this. But they're like, but I'm not like that. Eventually, being around them and constantly hearing that stuff is going to change your mindset about it, and it's going to desensitize you to it. And you're going to end up doing some stuff that you probably would never even think that you would do. All right. 18 is a big one, you guys. A huge one. Let it go, sis. Let it go. Harboring unforgiveness and offense can lead to health issues and block your blessings. I don't know about you, but I don't need any of my blessings blocked. Like, I need all of them. Give them to me, please. Show empathy towards others. Forgiveness is for us. It's not for the person who wronged us. A lot of people feel like when you forgive someone, you're letting someone off the hook. That's not the case. It's for you. You and you only. Sometimes it is for the other person to mend relationships, but a lot of the times it is for us. Letting all of that stuff go is so freeing, and it just opens so many doors, and just it allows for peace. And who doesn't want peace? I feel like that's a priceless thing. Sometimes we hold on to things that the person who caused the issue doesn't even remember or care about. So you're so bitter and holding on to something that the person who did it, they're over here living their life. Like, you still stuck in 1998 when she stepped on your toe, and Shawty is living her best life. So it's like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, sometimes we need to let stuff go so we can move on and be better. Like, holding on to it does nothing positive for us. In the Bible, it says, forgive others so our Father can forgive us. So what that says to me is, if you're not forgiving people, correct me if I'm wrong, it says forgive others so our Father can forgive us. If we're not forgiving others, does that mean that God won't forgive us? I don't know. Just think about it. Form your own opinion on that. But that's what that kind of said to me. Like, if you're holding on and harboring all of this unforgiveness, he's kind of like, so why should I forgive you for all the sins that you've committed against me? I thought that was really interesting, though. And also, why would we give someone enough power to prevent our own glow up? Like, 19 is, girl, apologize. Apologize. Learn to reflect on your own behaviors and how you could be negatively impacting someone else. A lot of times we struggle with accountability, and that's everyone. Some people just struggle with taking accountability and recognizing their role in a situation. Being stubborn is not cute. It pushes others away. Learn when to apologize, even if it goes against your ego. I promise an apology will always do more positive things than negative. Those two words can open so many doors and provide so many opportunities. opportunities for growth, healing, jobs, literally anything. You don't even know what or who is connected to who. Sometimes this is all we need to end years of toxicity and traumatic failed relationships. Learning how to apologize is key. This is something I'm still working on. Like in the beginning of my relationship with my fiance, I felt like I could do no wrong. Like I was not apologizing for things that I know I needed to apologize for. And it was just causing more animosity, and it was stupid. Like 20 is gonna be hard for some of y'all, I already know. 20 is honor your parents. It's in the Bible. Take it up with God, not me. Always treat your parents with respect and honor, not because it's right, but because God says that when you honor your parents, you will live a long and full life. Okay, so my camera died, but I'm gonna finish filming this on my iPhone. Sometimes it may be hard to do so. We may feel like our parents don't deserve respect and honor based on the way that they treated us coming up, but I promise you, it is a gift to have parents, whether they treat you good or not. It is a gift, and you have to honor them. That doesn't mean you need to be up in their face and you need to be just like constantly around them, because some parents are toxic, let's be honest. But you do not have to speak with them with disrespect. You do not have to dishonor them in any way. They could be so nasty to you, but as long as you are doing your part, that's all that matters. And pray to God, if you feel like this pertains to you, like your parents just don't deserve that honor and respect, pray to God to mend you and your parents' relationship. I promise you, He will do it. It may not be now, it may take years, but pray on it. All right, 21, we're almost there, you guys. 21, never stop pursuing knowledge. Don't feel like you know it all. Like you always should be trying to pursue new knowledge, new skills. Girl, read that book. Read that book. I know a lot of us buy all these books and we're just like, yeah, I'm gonna get to it, but we end up scrolling. That was me. It still is me sometimes. There's nothing worse than someone who wastes a precious life staying stagnant or thinking they know everything. Each day is an opportunity to learn. Take it. I love that one. 22, we're almost there. I feel like these are so good. Let me know what you guys think. Like, I seriously, if you made it to this point in the video, I love you. We're friends now. Rushing to go nowhere. Slow down. That's number 22. We are all rushing to go nowhere. Slow down. Take a breath. If you look closely, everyone around us is constantly in a rush to go to the job that they hate, in a rush to go to the store that will be there with the same products, whether you get there 30 minutes sooner or 30 minutes after. There is no enjoyment in the present anymore. Like, no one enjoys the journey. Everyone is trying to get to the next place, and I literally suffer from that too. Like, all of this stuff is stuff that God wanted me to share with you guys, and it's also for me. So don't feel like I am trying to condemn anyone or beat anyone down, because I'm working on these. I'm working on these now, currently. Be present and enjoy where you are at this current moment. It's easy to always be on to the next, but it steals your joy. Focusing on foreign gods or idolizing things will cause you to be stuck in the rat race, being left unfulfilled. And I feel like this scripture that I picked for this one, I never heard, and I thought it was so interesting that it said foreign gods or alien gods. It said something like that. Basically, us worshiping things or things that are foreign. Things that are foreign and not of God. Like, I don't know. I just thought that was so interesting. What do y'all think? 23. Take breaks from social media. Anything not serving you. Take breaks. Even if you're a content creator, take a break. Like, everybody needs a break every once in a while. Like, social media is just like constant knowledge that we don't necessarily need all the time. Like, I don't need to know that Greg's baby mama then shot up the house and did, like, we just know too much. Like, and I feel like as a human being, it's too much to process. Every day, like every second, we're seeing a whole new thing, a whole new story, a whole new concept, and it's just too much to process, and it causes depression and anxiety real bad. Like I don't get on my phone nearly or scroll nearly as much as I used to, because it was too much. Like it was really eating me up. We don't have to mindlessly scroll our way into depression. It's an informational overload. Like I said, I don't think our brains are equipped to handle these things. It's a distraction to keep you from fulfilling your purpose and calling. Don't fall into the trap. TV too. Like, it's too much. Like, it's literally brainwashing us to live in fear. And that is not what God has for us in our life. Like, to live in fear, that is not what He wanted. 24, do not compare yourselves. Don't compare yourself, and don't try to please others. It's gonna lead to a life of regret and just constant feeling like you're not enough, and it's gonna eat you up, girl. I promise you, because I used to be that person. Your journey is completely different than someone else's. Comparison and envy will cause bitterness and hate and block your blessings. Learn to congratulate others and be genuine about it. This is something I cannot stand, and I see it all the time. It's like, if you ever really pay attention to people and just the way what is the word I'm looking for? Their body language. So say someone gets a promotion, say someone gets something good happens to someone. Sometimes you can catch people literally looking in disgust. Like, and it's supposed to be their friend. And it's like, or like you can catch someone congratulating you about something, and they're like, oh, great, like, I'm so happy for you. But you can feel that they are not happy for you. Like, they literally are so jealous. Like, and I feel like that blocks blessings. Be genuine and honestly be happy for other people when you see them succeeding. Because I promise you, if you're stuck in being stagnant and being jealous and envious, it's not going to help you propel in life. Good things come to those that wait. Don't lose your faith and hope. God says comparison is literally the thief of joy. And just remember, social media is not 100% real. I know so many people who are on social media. Like, I remember it was this one girl, she was literally social media, like she was like famous on social media. And someone caught her slipping real bad, and she was like homeless. Like, she was living in turmoil. Like, her life was not what you would have thought based on her social media. So please do not compare yourself to people's lives on social media. Like, you don't know if they about to get evicted. You don't know nothing at all. And these little couples, you don't even know if they're really together. All right, 25. This one, I hope we all can take this one and take it seriously. Don't take things so seriously. It's 25. Like, have fun. Stop taking everything so seriously. Everything does not need to be done in this amount of time. Your head's not gonna be chopped off if you don't get this done and this done and this done. Like, we need to take time to enjoy all that God's created. Like, do you think He made Earth this beautiful for us to not even recognize it and to just always be on the go? Like, sometimes having a son has shown me, like, I need to slow down. Like, sometimes we'll be outside and he'll pick up a leaf, something as small as that, and he'll be like, Mommy, look. Like, and it's like, wow, that actually is really pretty. Like, the way that this earth was made is beautiful. And I just feel like we don't even take the time. Let's take the time to unpack that. Like, it's an amazing place that we have here, and we don't even appreciate it. Like, we're chopping down trees, we're killing this place that God gave us, and it's like, it really breaks my heart. But just have fun. Go out, dance. Like, every time you go to the club now, or you are around people our age, like, they're just so stiff and like just judgmental. Nobody's dancing. It's just very depressing. So I feel like You need to dance more. You need to vow to yourself to laugh more. And you need to do things that make you happy. As long as you're not out here wilding out, enjoy your life. Have fun. Make time. Schedule out times for fun. You know how we like to schedule everything else? Schedule out times for freedom and schedule out times for fun with the people that you love. And that's all that I have for you guys today. And I hope something out of all of this blessed you. I hope you guys have an amazing year, amazing week, amazing day, amazing hour, everything. Please subscribe to my channel if anything that I said resonated with you and you feel like you learned anything from this video. I will see you guys in my next one. Let me know what you guys want to hear about. But I'll see you guys.